kisses and sink your teeth into my ripe, juicy flesh. Let me make you happy, Ham. All I need to know is that you want me as much as I want you.
Now, Green Team, you'll have 15 seconds to grab as much money as you can. Who's going to grab today?
I'm going to grab today, Guy.
Wonderful, Dorothy. You ought to make quite a haul with those meat hooks. Tiffany, let's have our big money smock and the big money goggles.
They're talking about us, and it bothers me. I know it shouldn't, but it does. I mean, how big a man is shouldn't make or break a relationship.
Not a word, Blanche. Rose, you're involved in a...
Okay, worse, you won't be barren. And you know what else, Goldfine? That sandwich I gave you yesterday, it was ham.
Yeah, what is it?
Gladys wants to take a man to Tony Bennett in my place.
Oh, Sophia, calm down, honey. It's all right if you want to drop your girlfriend because a man asked.
Because you haven't accepted his death yet.
Thank you. I've never been psychoanalyzed by a dipstick before.
I wonder who they are.
You mean you don't know them?
No.
Now, this is awful.
What's awful?
Dorothy, Stan's out there feeling so sorry for himself. He's bringing down the homeless.
Blanche, will you take over for me,
What are you going to do?
I'm going to go and try to make Stan feel like a whole man again.
Anything you need?
Yes, half a man.
Time. Dorothy this, Dorothy that. What if she decides she wants him back?
Oh. If she's as great as you say she is, and no doubt she is, well, possibly in a weak moment she might think she wants him back, but then maybe she'd think of the two of you together, and what a nice person you seem.
With you, isn't it, Blanche? Men and sex, sex and men.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with being career-oriented.
It's your overactive sex drive that got us into this mess. Who picks a hotel because of all the men in the lobby? Will you just get off my back, Nyland?
Hello? Who invited Donny Osmond?
Ma, this is Stan.
Hello, Sophia. It's the hair. It makes me look different.
Makes you look stupid. Hello there.
Oh, Stan, I'd like you to meet my friend Blanche.
Charmed.
Daddy? Oh, the three of us thought it might be fun to go away for the weekend. So we went away to this cute little woodsy mountain retreat. Well, when we got there, were we in for a surprise? Isn't this lodge great? Oh, boy, it sure is. It's just so beautiful up here. The fresh air and the wide open spaces. You know, being in the mountains.
On a guy named Nick. But I think the laughter spoke for itself.
That's enough, Rose. Dorothy, what are you doing up?
I couldn't sleep. I just keep thinking about Ma and whose mother she really is.
You're worried she might be Gina's?
No, I'm worried she might...
Pussycat.
Ma, where did you get that money?
Stan gave it to me.
Ma, he's trying to buy your love.
I'm selling it.
Now look, we cannot go on living like this with Blanche and...
He's been using that line for 40 years.
That was fun, James. We ought to get together again sometime.
Well, I'd like to talk to you about buying the car.
Well, not now. I'll get backed up in my appointments. Are you Thomas?
I sure am. I'm here from a test drive.
Now, wait a minute.
Lives. You got yourself mixed up with a real hustler. Sorry.
Well, you won't be needing me today.
Blanche, do you want to read the note? Do you want me to read it to you?
Well, this year we just happened to have gotten a real actor, a star of incredible magnitude. Oh, Dorothy, the Miami Community Players are going to have the extraordinary experience of working with none other than the incandescent Mr. Patrick Bond.
Oh, my home, that's what we would do. If she had a stroke, we'd take care of her. She's family. Right, and then we'd send her to Shady Pines.
Thank you.
Oh, this is all my fault. This is all my fault.
Marge, what are you talking about?
But don't you see, I was weak and I've lost one of my best friends.
Oh, come on, Rose, you haven't lost one of your best friends.
Sure I have. It's too painful to talk to Blanche. So I figure she can be my landlord, but we'll stop being friends.
Oh, now, Rose, that's not what you really want. Honey, you're sacrificing something very important to you over a mistake that was made years
I
ago.
don't like the hard stuff.
Hi, Steph.
Stephanie.
God, am I beat. That London trip is a killer. I've got to be in Paris in 12 hours. I'm going to get some rest.
Hi, Liz. We haven't met, but
Stephanie's mother! I'd recognize you anywhere.
No, I'm Rose, your new roommate.
Counting knew was actually a social disease.
Congratulations, Rose, a new record. And you've done it without needing penicillin.
Now, Rose knows I don't mean anything, don't you, honey? We all have our dry spells.
You can borrow the earrings, Blanche. I'm not going anywhere tonight. In fact, why don't you just hang on?
Cheating on Dorothy left, right, and sideways. Oh, yeah. I love you.
Sophia, listen, I know I always haven't been the best son-in-law, but I've got other memories, good memories. The four of us watching TV on that ugly green sofa Sal bought from his boss. Summer weekends on the Jersey Shore. It hasn't been all bad. What do you say about us getting back together?
Come on in, girls. See? What did I tell you?
Ma, what are you doing?
I was having a meeting with my vacation club. It seems there are a lot of children who like to take vacations without their mothers.
Yeah, but then what are you...
All night talking.
I'm going to bed.
She doesn't feel like talking.
But I got chocolate macadamia nut cheesecake and rum raisin ice cream.
Oh, all right. Start cutting, you scoop.
Ah, that's my girl. So, did you decide what you're going to do?
No. Oh, my luck.
It's not just the disruption to my life, it's seeing him do nothing with his.
Look, Stanley, you took him in. Now it is your problem, and you are going to have to deal with it.
You're right. There's only one thing I can do, and it's the hardest thing in the world.
You're going to ask Michael to leave your home.
No. I'm going to ask you to ask Michael to leave my home.
I came here for you to help us.
Ladies, I like you. Save your money for the moving expenses.
Well, thank you, Doctor. It was difficult. I quit my job at Borealis. I'm going back to teaching, which means I'm really going to have to tighten the purse strings around here.
And this affects me how?
No, you're not making this any easier. I quit because I wasn't happy there. Would you want me to stay someplace I was...
This is our slumber chamber, and, here's my, card. How may I be of service to you?
Well, Mr. Pfeiffer...
It's P. Pfeiffer. The P is not silent.
Mr. Pfeiffer...
Everything in them.
Yeah, what about my bags?
Relax. With your share, you can have your bag surgically removed.
Come on, let's get to our rooms and get some sleep.
Good idea.
Good morning. My name is Nancy. How may I help you?
We have 2 double rooms reserved under the name Spornak.
Hoping to catch me in the act. What act?
Second act of My Fair Lady.
Finally, I had to tell Jean-Pierre I could not take it anymore, and we broke up. I was completely crushed.
I guess you really liked him.
No, I really liked the American boy. He
Possibly do.
Dorothy's right. The sun's rays can be dangerous. Now there's a hole in the ozone layer.
If you all are out here to try to get me to patch things up with Rebecca, you can forget it.
Blanche, there comes a time when you have to let your daughter make her own decisions. I remember, Dorothy, when you would decide...
Talking about? She was lonely.
You're out of beer, too. You're out of peanut butter? Hell, George, you better get her back. I'm going to starve to death. Oh, Dorothy! What a nice surprise.
For you, maybe. George, I wanted to talk to you.
Do I detect a note of hostility?
A note? How about a symphony?
I won't dance. Don't ask me.
Oh, my God, Dorothy, are you all right? Oh, honey.
It's not as bad as it looks. The doctor says I'm fine. Just have to take it a little easy for a few days, that's all.
You're lying.
After that, when somebody new moved in, the town council just handed out peanut brittle. And free passes to the local movie house, which they hope to build someday. Are you all right? You seem upset.
I was just thinking, I'm sorry I recently got a hearing aid.
I don't know where you doctors lose your humanity, but you lose it. You know, if all of you at the beginning of your careers could get very sick and very scared for a while, you'd probably learn more from that than anything else. You'd better start listening to your patients. They need to be heard. They need... You were humiliating me.
Yeah, right, the slut. And after all she did to me, did I turn her out?
You tried, Ma.
But did she go? No. And look at us today. No one could love a daughter more.
Thanks, Ma.
So what if I don't respect her?
Look, you've got a lot of nerve coming in here telling me how to...
Princes and kings leave their wives in palaces and dance the bossa nova.
Excuse me, what does that mean?
I think it means today is placebo pill day. I'm going to bed.
This is all very confusing. Now, I'm supposed to meet a Dorothy Zbornak at this address.
Yeah, I'd like to report a robbery.
But that wasn't a scheme, Sophia. That was a legitimate business.
And we lost our shirts. That's the beauty of this water thing. You can't lose. It's a ripoff, pure and simple.
So, when I turned 17, I told my father that I wanted to take acting lessons.
What did he say?
No.
Great story, Rose. But you know what? Hollywood's not a bad idea.
Well, what do you say? She feet on the ground.
I gotta hand it to you, Blanche. You handled it better than I thought you would.
Oh, well, to tell you the truth, I'm not thrilled, but as long as they're in love and happy and I don't have to call her Mommy, I can live with it.
Oh, hello there. How'd you do?
We came in second.
Oh, that's terrific. What'd you get?
Treated badly. I feel like a virgin. Where do the noses go?
What do you say? You with me?
Of course.
Oh, great. Then how about a celebration? I'm having dinner with some new friends from the circus. Join me?
Might as well.
Taking this old inner tube, wrapping it in wool, and putting it next to Thor's bed at night. We named it Brunhilde. And believe it or not, it did the trick. Thor felt like he was back with his mother, and he began eating and sleeping and frolicking. Yes. But then one day, Thor got a little playful and... I don't know.
Oh, honey, please. We're really sorry.
Well, I might forgive you, but I can't speak for Baby.
Is there something we can do to smooth things over?
Well, a kiss on the...
Dorothy! Okay. I thought you needed looking after during the day when I wasn't around, and I knew you wouldn't agree to come here as a guest.
So you're saying that this whole activities director thing was a put-up job?
Mostly his idea. Oh, Ma. I did it for your own good.
Oh, sure, make the oldest one of the tribe serve the young. And after you have your fill, I'll go to the mountaintop and let the wolves eat me.
You know, I'm worried about Ma.
Why? What do you mean?
Well, I picked up this pamphlet on the 4 warning signs of hearing loss. I think Ma may be having a problem.
Sophia?
Warning sign...
Oh, my nose!
Ma, quit listening at the door. I'm flying my mother's sister, Angela, over from Sicily.
And she's bringing the surprise? Now, you don't have to be embarrassed about opening up to me. Whatever's bothering you, I know I can help you.
Okay. In the past week, I've lost my job, my wife, my girlfriend, my house, my car, and all my money. And then, just today, I've seriously gotten into playing with matches.
I'm afraid you're gonna...
Girl body locked together in a frenzy of love.
Who wrote that?
Merrill Kellogg.
Merrill Kellogg? Who's he?
Ask Blanche, it's her letter.
This is from that guy in prison that Blanche has been writing to.
How are you going to explain this open letter?
Can't understand is how in the world she managed to wait 15 years.
How long did you wait after George died?
So the paramedics came.
What about you, Dorothy?
With a backbone.
Oh, it really was a surprise.
But it's Dorothy who has me worried. She just looks so confused.
I can't figure out her problem.
I'm having a little trouble with that myself.
Pussycat, what's so terrible about accepting a present from Stan? God knows he gave us all plenty of misery.
Maybe he's trying to tell you he's sorry.
We have pheasant and we have wild boar.
How is the pheasant?
Do you like chicken?
Yes.
It's chicken.
Why don't you bring us a couple of grogs while we think about it?
Diet grog, if you have it.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a famous... Messed up in high school.
Well, it wasn't your fault. That was my mother's.
Actually, I've always wanted to thank you, Mother, for that night.
Why?
For not letting me take you out. She took one look at my clothes and my attitude, and she said it wasn't good enough for her daughter. Her little girl deserved better.
In the over 80 category, you don't have to be. We were the only couple who could do the mambo without a walker.
Don't believe her. Your mother has some great moves. I'll see you tomorrow, Sophia.
Okay, Tony, take care. Give me a break, would you?
Rose, it's me.
Miles?
I've come back, Rose. I had to see you. But you've changed. Well, I'm Amish, Rose. That's my new identity in the witness protection program. See, I'm an Amish man. I live on an Amish farm. I carry wood, I dig holes, and then I milk things.
Seems like we still couldn't let go of the past. Oh, Melissa, I don't want to go through that again. I would just die if I thought that was going to happen to us.
Angela, you really don't have to go.
Thank you, Dorothy. I'd like to stay, but I hate your mother. Goodbye, ladies, and thank you for everything.
She's still here?
Whoa!
Sophia, were you looking?
No, actually, that's what you stepped off, but I know it's not a good sign when the first rebound goes into the low 120s.
Oh, Blanche, honey, don't worry. All you need is a little spring tune-up.
I suppose you'd giving a veteran his last wish and making some dough.
I guess they can stay.
Thank you, Rose. Here, take this out there, make sure they pay.
Oh, I don't think it's right to charge them.
Neither do I, but he hates pity.
I understand.
So, what does that mean?
Well, come on. If that test turns out to be positive, you're not going to want to be around me. You or Miles or anybody.
No, that is not true. And I'm sure Miles will feel the same way.
How am I going to tell him?
You don't have to tell him anything now. You're just going for a test.
It's not just...
I really didn't want that job anyway. I don't need that kind of pressure in my life.
You know what you're going to wind up with in your life? Nothing. Then what are you going to do? Sponge off your kids? Move in with them? Have them take care of you? Okay, bad example.
Thank you for starting.
Are you going to tie a bow on that when you finish wrapping it up?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. I'm a bit compulsive. It's the Minnesota farm girl.
Doesn't seem. But I thought that a little physical activity would help me snap this setback. I was wrong. You were right. I should just rest. Could you help me get back into bed?
Stanley, how could you fake a relapse? I mean, do I deserve this? Stan, I took care of you because I thought you needed me. I defended you to my...
Nobody would notice.
Come on now, Ma, what's really going on? You don't usually eat pasta for breakfast.
I'm carbohydrate loading. I signed up for the charity walkathon.
Oh, Ma, are you nuts? I mean, this is for people who walk a lot.
So what do? Hover?
I was happy to see you here tonight, Rose. I was starting to wonder how you felt about me. Rose, is there something wrong? You hardly said a word.
The Pope is saying a mass on his stopover here. Ma got 2 tickets. We're going together. Oh, a papal mass is something people wait a lifetime for.
Whoops.
Whoops. Is that Pope related or just another bark in the kennel?
The Pope, I traded our 2 bad tickets way in the back.
Wives is because what they have under the sheets at home is less than satisfying.
Oh, really, Mr. 30 Seconds?
Mom, Dad.
I'm sorry, sweetheart. We're both being very insensitive.
How are you feeling, kitten?
Fine, Grandma.
You're full of it, but that's okay. A brave...
Oliver? Hey, that's nice. I wish I had a family. Here, I think it's skin cancer.
It's not.
We did the right thing. She has to go back.
But if she actually dies of embarrassment, I'll never forgive myself.
So, what is this thing?
A liver spot.
No.
Rose, you can tell because they wear cowboy hats and drink wine spritzers and drive Volvos. Blanche, who do we see about our table?
Well, I don't know. This is the first time I've ever been here.
Well, howdy, Blanche. Hello, Blanche. Ladies.
No, I'm wrong. I think the...
Having a nice time, Dorothy?
Wonderful.
Me too. This reminds me of when we were kids and you and Stan double-dated with me and Lois Burnford.
Oh, yeah, we went to Roseland and you and I did the jitterbug.
And afterwards to Louis for a malt?
Yeah.
My heart! My heart! Everything is going black. I'm coming to you, Sally.
Ma! Oh, God! Oh, God! Oh, God! Hang on, Ma! Oh, please! Please hang on!
All right, but you have to do me a favor.
To the moon, Ma! If you wanted a favor, you could just ask.
There are only 2 things I look forward to eating.
Or what? Or what?
Happily.
Happily.
Damn.
What a relief.
You're telling me I thought I was a goner. And he still regrets half a century later. His conclusion? Life without risk is no life at all.
Sophia, tell Vincenzo that's a wonderful story. Tell him he helped me make the most important decision of my life. I'm gonna call Al and tell him I'll sail out me.
I don't see Blanche.
Oh, she said she'd be over right after her hair up.
Put your clothes back on. I'm going to take you home. How can I ever look him in the eye? Why, I'll never be able to go back to work again. Oh, put your clothes back on. That's the first time anybody's ever said that to me. Well, without shining a flashlight in my face.
Tell me, have you had a chance to see much of the city?
No, not really.
Well, perhaps I could show you some of the highlights sometime.
Well, that sounds great. I'd love it.
I'd love to go too. Except I have to wash my hair. Every day.
Very inspirational. Now we have to stop those penny savers. Come on, let's go see if we can get your hair greased back and find you a flannel shirt.
Oh, great party, Sophia. But where's the...
Rose, I know this is a long shot, but Did you take much acid during the 60s?
Messages.
Oh, thank you.
If you have to go out tomorrow, ask those crybabies not to call during the young and the restless.
Mr. Viner's depressed. Mrs. Gibson's despondent. Mr. Duvalier's been deported.
See him? Banana boat time. He's talking to himself.
He is not. He's wearing dentures and they just keep slipping.
Sure, right.
Your good behavior badges. Come on now, you all know you use both fingers for the sunshine salute. Oh.
So glad those little heathens finally left.
Here, and I think he's interested.
Oh, not another one. What am I going to do?
Oh, Blanche, didn't you think this thing through? I mean, didn't you think these men would want to buy the car?
No, I assumed once they saw me, they'd forget all about the car. Well, I got to do something to get their minds off that car. I know what, I'll offer them some...
After the murder, other than you and your staff, were the waiter, the security chief, and the four of us. So when Miss McGlynn was reconstructing the murder scene, she described Blanche's dress being slung over the bed.
It was. I saw it.
But Miss McGlynn could only have seen it if...
From Miami.
You know, I think I will take a slice of cake. Hello.
Uncle Angelo, I'd like you to meet...
I'm Sister Rose.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Sister Blanche. We're here collecting lingerie.
Well, I'm ready for John. Oh, I've waited a long time for this night.
Dorothy, I'm begging you, don't go out with this guy. He hurt you once, he'll hurt you again.
I am not going out with him.
But you said you were going to make him suffer. Don't you have to date a man to do that?
Not this time, no.
When can we see her, Doctor?
Are you related to the patient?
No, they're not.
Well, I'm sorry. Only relatives can see the patient. This is a very serious operation, but we are going to do the best that we can.
Can I see my mother first?
Oh, of course.
I have to say what I feel.
Miami has so much appeal.
A great place to get a seafood meal.
Miami. Fight.
No, I saw it. I was here.
Well, there doesn't seem to be any problem now.
I thought you said this was a cold drink. It's lukewarm.
I told him no ice.
You dumb butchagaloop. What do you think makes it cold?
Your attitude is making me cold, woman, so lighten up and say thank you.
I didn't realize baby was such an inconvenience. I'm sorry. I'll call my relatives and see if somebody can take him off my hands.
Him and the $100,000. Remember, Blanche, the pig is going to drop any day.
Rose, come back here, honey. I guess maybe I was a little bit too hasty.
Don't they give you medication at the home, Chuck?
Oh, no. Doctor says I don't have to take it anymore. It doesn't stop the multiple personalities. It just relieves anxiety. I'm not anxious. I make other people anxious.
Hi, Chucky.
Hi, sis.
You're over here early. You have ever read a scientific journal?
Believe what you want, see if I care. Hypersexual bitch.
Oh, there you are, Rose. Good. Honey, I'm borrowing.
Try not to argue with Phil's wife.
We get along okay. Phil's wife has her good points. She's sweet, she's reliable, and when her father gets out of prison, she'll be a wealthy woman. Let's roll, Rose. I'm leaking clam sauce. She didn't say it. I read between the lines.
Rose, I wouldn't be one bit surprised if you won that award.
You know, I think you're right, Blanche.
Why, sure. Why, you took part in the walkathon and the bikeathon and the telethon. At the Bearathon. But who keeps track?
Oh, Blanche, I think you have a better chance of winning that award than
$1,000. God, life is beautiful.
Now I don't feel nearly so guilty about spending all that money on this leather jacket.
Blanche, I don't mean to be a party pooper, but it looks like they sold you a jacket that someone returned. It's kind of beat up.
No, Rose, that's the way it's supposed to look. It's an aviator jacket. See what I'm going to do. Tomorrow, before the wedding, I'm going to tell Stan I love him.
Well, way to go, Rose. You talked her into doing exactly the opposite of what we wanted her to do.
I guess that's why they took me off the suicide hotline at work.
What is it this time, Stanley? Whoopee cushions for the hearing impaired?
It's not a novelty, it's a Zborny.
What's a Zborny?
I put up with it for 38 years, Rose. You don't want to know.
It's not that, Dorothy. I just used the same name.
Why? I'm gonna laugh instead.
Well, now, to be honest, it is a little difficult for me. I mean, everything happened so fast. My God, you and Lucas probably haven't even slept together yet.
Blanche, don't be ridiculous. I mean, I know...
But he did, and the next day they were married, and they went on to live happily together for 25 years.
And what in hell does any of this have to do with my father?
Well, the point is nobody knows why two people fall in love, and it's really nobody's business.
Well, he's my father, so that makes it my business. I am going over there right now.
Why did you ask me that?
No reason, just wanted to get your honest opinion. Here are the answers to that questionnaire.
Aha.
If Dorothy finds out I hired a matchmaker for her, she'll kill me.
Oh, I understand.
By the way, I'd like to change the answer on number 10. I think a prison record does...
Can settle this.
All right, Dorothy, tell her who it's going to be.
It's going to be me.
You too?
He asked me last Thursday.
Well, I throw her into Ladies Petite and says, excuse me, miss, but I notice you've been having a hard time deciding between the turquoise strapless and the flaming red backless. Well, personally, I would like to see you in the backless. And I said, when? And he said, how about Saturday night? And I said, how about in your dreams, sleazo?
Why don't you check the fruit salad?
No way. I'm not going anywhere near that refrigerator.
Wow, 2 miracles in one day. Haven't we learned anything from the tragic examples of Mike Douglas and Ferdinand Marcos?
Come on, Sophia. You know, a little lunch might cheer you up.
You brought yours? Nah, this is a nectarine fillet. I'm having the usual as soon as the sausage guy comes. So let's...
12 hours on your feet waiting tables? Honey, that is gritty, grimy, grueling work.
But it's work. It beats the hell out of feeling sorry for myself. And it'll be a lot nicer to fall asleep from being tired than crying.
Of course it will. Oh, Rose, honey, Rose, I am so...
Well, okay. This is Jerry Kennedy saying good night, and remember, wherever there's news, I'll be here.
Thing takes an interest in you.
Hell yes. But there's another reason. Blanche, when you spend 6 months watching the person you love more than anybody else in the world slowly die, you wonder if you'll ever love again. After that, believe me.
Listen, I have an idea. Why don't you all take turns hitting me with a 2x4?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cause any trouble.
I think Marguerite's been inhaling a little too much Pine Sol.
Wait
a minute, Dorothy. Weren't you just saying this morning how much better you're sleeping lately?
That's right, you said you're talking about.
Blanche's date.
He turned me down again. I'm just devastated.
Oh, come on now, Blanche. You said yourself you didn't find him that attractive anymore.
That's not the point, Dorothy. The point is to Blanche Devereaux, sexuality and attractiveness are two very important things. They are Blanche Devereaux.
Of course, with a man.
Is it Raymond again?
As a matter of fact, yes.
Raymond? Isn't he the guy you picked up at the grocery store?
I did not pick him up. He asked me if I could recommend a good coffee. And then I threw myself underneath his shopping cart.
Oh, I think he sounds
Down. I thought you did.
Of course, that way, not only does your face fall back, but your chest does too. Unfortunately, it falls back and off to the side.
Hot to racing. Oh, feel. Lower. No, it's like there's some kind of wild animal energy in there. Pounding, and burning, yearning. I thought I heard you out.
I couldn't sleep. I had a horrible nightmare.
Oh, well, tell it to me. I'm awful good at interpreting dreams.
I was a contestant on the dating game, and I won. I went around the corner
And chinos and ties and professors with just a touch of gray at the temple. Wise, learned men who look up your skirt if you're sitting in the first row. Meetings with them so they can explain Plato. And they lean over your books with you.
stunt like that again, I am going to throw you out on your flawed but honest, decent behind.
So, did you two make up?
Yes, Ma.
Did you apologize to your mother and beg her forgiveness?
Yes, Grandma.
Okay, now do it to me.
Pension. I just had an affair. She didn't mean a thing to me. She was a waitress in a little Greek diner on her way to work. Every morning I'd come in, she'd put some rolls on the table and say, "Can I butter your bun, Stan?" One morning she said it and there were no rolls on the table.
You're the Pope! Oh, my life, I've been waiting for this. Oh, okay, I won't disturb you. Pussycat! Pussycat! I witnessed a miracle. The Pope came to the hospital and brought
the feed store.
Worse. I fed BBs to my prize lamb Harlan so he'd weigh in heavier at the county fair.
Oh, my God, Rose, how do you sleep at night?
I knew it was wrong all along, but I wanted to win first prize. And I would have.
And had gone to that high school.
You know, I've got a little confession to make. One of the reasons I wanted to see you again was to, well, show you how well I turned out.
Well, I wanted to show you how well I turned out. I mean, I was a mess in high school.
We all were.
Yeah. Except for, what was her name? Roseanne Durasmo. No.
I tell you, that is not why that highway patrolman was following us.
Blanche,
please. Dorothy? Oh, I thought you were out.
No, we ended the evening early.
You and Glenn have a disagreement?
Yeah, he thinks he should stay married.
You mean it's over? Look, we just came back to pick Sophia.
Oh, you know, I think this is the best visit we've ever had.
I think it's because you've realized I'm a grown woman.
Well, I never thought the day would come, but we are finally the same age. Why don't you...
Dorothy, if we were both 25, I could wait, but I need someone in my life now.
Are you sure that you want to marry me, or are you just afraid to be alone?
Who wants to be alone?
Nobody. I don't. But if you're marrying me because I happen to be...
What am I gonna do? My God, I'm hallucinating.
That's way up there on my list. Comes right after intelligent.
He doesn't talk loud at the movies, doesn't take his own pulse, and he's still interested.
In what?
Rose, if you have to ask, it does not matter anymore.
My face and body might start to go, and then I have nothing to make me special.
That's not what makes a person special, Blanche. You're special because you're a kind, decent, loving individual with a wonderful heart and a beauty that comes from your soul.
That's that Minnesota crap again about the meaning of...
Oh, he's open.
2 hours of learning about thimbles from foreign lands. I couldn't wait to give the headset back.
Look, Rose, have you talked to Miles?
I think this is just who he is. But I don't think I was ever bored.
Back.
Hello. Dorothy isn't here. She was arrested on a morals charge this morning. I know you just never know, do you? Have a nice day.
The guy in the turban waving from the front seat of the Rolls Royce. Sophia, those things are just silly. The unexamined life is a life not worth living.
That's very deep.
And if you're into this stuff, very reasonable. It's $17.95 for that slogan, printed on a turban-shaped nightlight.
Ma, will you knock it off? I have to get back to sleep.
Oh, good. I'm so glad you're awake.
I'm so glad you're awake. I'm taking my bed back.
Fine. Rose, get into bed. Ma, get out of here and take your teeth with you.
Don't make fun of your mother. If I didn't wake up tomorrow, you'd never forgive yourself.
I'll risk it.
I can't believe he left someone like you.
He left someone else like me?
No, I mean you. That he left you.
Oh. Okay.
I should be more clear.
That'd be great.
Sanitarium up north?
I'm going to enter the U.S. Senior Sports Classic, and I'm going to win.
I had no idea that you could skate that well.
Oh, when I was young, my folks had me train for the U.S. team. The day the Olympic Committee came to St. Olaf, I was so nervous.
Announcements.
Well, you probably want to get her operational as soon as possible. After all, she's quite a showpiece. Where do I install her?
Well, actually, Lou, we're going to install her ourselves. Follow me.
Hold it, you're not serious.
Why not?
You gotta be a man, for God's sakes.
You know, to tell you the truth...
We never had a barbecue in St. Olaf after the tragedy.
I guess we have to ask.
No, we don't.
She'll...
I'm glad you're all here. I want you to try something. Here, taste this. What do you think? It's water. I didn't ask you to identify it. I asked you what you thought. It's good. Just good?
Very good.
How would you
The most upsetting thing you have ever done. I am shocked. I am disappointed. I am speechless.
We're getting married.
I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Ma, come on. I guess we've all learned something from this.
Yeah. You can never really replace someone you've lost. And the next time I answer an ad, it'll be from one of Blanche's magazines. Those people know me.
Dance floor is out too unless she can find a new partner within the next minute.
Oh, yeah?
Excuse me, sir. Listen, would you consider dumping your partner and dancing with me? Huh? Listen, sir, excuse me. Would you consider it?
Come on, lady, you don't need another.
Why not?
You've had 3 already.
I said, give me another.
Fine. It's your life. Just don't blame me if you get sick.
Excuse me, is this...
I don't know.
Honey, I don't understand. If you and the kids hit it off, then what's the problem?
Well, I hardly ever see Richard. Today was the third time this week he's had a last-minute meeting, and I had to spend the day with the kids.
He's a busy man.
Too busy. Even little Richard came up to me and said, "Now, don't worry, this happens all the time."
A bunch. Is everybody thinking what I'm thinking?
That was a really mean thing to say.
As a general rule, Rose, you should not be the first to answer.
You're only saying that because you're my friend, Rose. Sophia, tell me the truth. Am I a bad mother?
You did what you had to do.
Well, then why do I feel so terrible?
Because it is not easy being a mother. If it were easy, fathers would do it.
Why can't kids understand that we're just trying to do what's best for them? Looking more handsome than I've ever seen him. Oh, black motorcycle boots. Skin-tight Levi's. A match in his mouth. And a white T-shirt with the sleeves rolled up to reveal his brand new Woody the Woodpecker tattoo.
This is not... Gentlemen, please! You don't seem to understand what I'm trying to tell you. The car is not for sale. Why not?
It's haunted.
What?
The car is haunted. I should know. I rode in it.
You look okay.
I'm 27 years old. Months. Years.
Look, I agree with everything you're trying to say, but it is not that simple. The woman is my mother, and right now she needs my attention.
Why don't you just tell her how you feel? She'll understand.
You honestly think so?
Sonia, you used to do bird imitations.
Oh, what's wrong with that?
Well, let's just say you didn't want to park your car under their oak tree. No. Ingmar was different. His mother used to say...
Absolutely awesome.
We better get to the church. Don't you think so?
Yeah.
Grandma, why don't you come with me and Daddy?
Come on, Sophia, it'll be fun. We can catch up with old times.
No, we can't. I had a stroke. Luckily, my memories of you were wiped out.
A man? You know, a man. No. Yes.
What about your father? You mean you never saw your father?
My father? Oh, no, my father! Oh.
Rebecca, Jeremy, is there something you all would like to tell me?
As a matter of fact, yes.
Please, Becky, let me do it. Blanche, I'd like to ask for your daughter's hand in marriage. I'd take the rest of her, but I've got a bad back.
For an Alka-Seltzer.
Girls, I have great news. I found a final resting place for Mrs. Claxton.
Rose, you found one of her relatives?
No, I spread her ashes around the old oak tree in front of her house.
Well, what on earth for?
Well, to prove that her life had some meaning.
As fertilizer?
Would you do me a favor?
Oh, of course, Uncle Angelo, anything.
I want you to sleep with this man.
Forget it.
Please, I'm begging you as a man of the cloth.
Now I know how Jessica Hahn must have felt.
And nectarine.
That's so sad.
Not sad. Life. Sad is when you have to mash the nectarine with a fork.
It's a shame. Sophia has nothing constructive to do anymore. She needs something to make her feel like.
Oh, really? Well, back in St. Olaf, nobody could tell us apart.
You can imagine all the fun we have playing tricks on our teachers in school.
Which of you brothers has custody of the brain?
So, what of love? For some strange reason, I find that provocative.
You really ought to date more, Rose. That must be him. All right, honey, why don't you heat up the roll and cool yourself down?
Good evening.
Studied all day and all night, and whenever I felt like giving up, I would just think about what kind of man you really are, and I'd study even harder. In fact, you made me so mad, I decided to get an A on this test come hell or high water, and I think I did. I, sir, am a lady. Maybe not the smartest lady in the world, but I do know that my self-respect is more...
We sit calmly eating our bran flakes when there could be a dead man in the house. I'll go.
She's very brave.
Boy, I'll say.
I want someone to come with me.
I'll go. I'm from Sicily. What's the big deal?
Is there a problem?
You're supposed to take off your socks before you step on the grapes. Taste this.
Oh, dear. Ladies, I'm terribly sorry. I'll get you a new bottle.
No, it lingers on the palate. It's me, Blanche.
Oh, Blanche, you're not a terrible person. You're just horny all the time.
Rose, it's Dorothy.
Gosh, I can't talk to her, not now. Because they don't have a swimsuit competition.
Doesn't she have the most adorable little sneeze?
Because all you got were bills. Listen to this part at the end. Tell me if you think Joanne's a lesbian.
Hi, Sophia. Hi, Dorothy. Guess what I've got?
A friend who's a lesbian? Better. I picked up a...
You bet I'm talking about cupcakes. What are you talking about? Wait a minute. Have you and Miles been baking together?
Rose, I would never do that to you, I swear.
Good. Because if I ever caught Miles with another woman in my kitchen, I'd...
Oh, by the way, I forgot. This came for you. A postcard from Bernice.
I don't want it. Well, Sophia, I thought you missed her. I do. But if I read that, I'll only miss her more.
Ma, I know you're lonely for Bernice, but it's been over a month now.
It's not just Bernice. The whole gang is gone. Gladys went to live with her daughter. Edie got married.
It was a Nash, Ma.
Now that's a slut. Doggy, I don't know if you noticed. I'm all skin and bones. Oh, I shouldn't say bones. Now, where was...
I put on a few pounds. You just haven't noticed.
What, am I blind? I can see that. I meant the bread. You can afford the bread. It's only 89 cents a loaf.
Angela, why don't you sit down? I'll serve dessert.
Gosh, you two made such a fantastic meal. I can't imagine what you came up with for dessert.
I made dessert. Story. You have to tell Dorothy she's your friend.
You're right. She is my best friend.
I thought I was your best friend.
You were till you told me that story.
Good night, Dorothy.
Good night, Elliot. How are you all doing here?
They never heard of a woman going to bed with her ex-husband. That's him, girls. I can't explain it either.
Listen, Stan, I think we'd better continue our discussion in the kitchen.
Sure, babe. Beautiful. Dorothy.
Oh, now this is crazy. I mean, what if I die out there?
Oh, who cares if you stink? Who cares if nobody laughs? Who cares if you make a fool of yourself?
I care.
Then you got problems.
Aurora doing today?
Oh, what a good girl she was this morning. She was just smiling and smiling and smiling. I know sometimes it's just gas, but she was so cute.
Oh, Blanche, that's not what concerns us.
It's not?
We're concerned about losing you.
Oh, right.
Well, I don't want to lose you either.
Wait a minute, I have a wonderful idea. Why don't...
I'm going to bed.
Oh, come on, Rose, you just got up.
With my life, it's not like I'll miss anything.
Oh.
Poor Rose. I hate seeing her so upset.
She's just not very good at judging herself. She can't see all her accomplishments the way we can.
You know something? Maybe all this resume needs up with the money for a new roof.
Oh, it's $10,000, Dorothy. How are we going to come up with $10,000?
Well, I hate to do it, but I do have a couple of thousand in stock that I could cash in.
I guess I could close out my Christmas club.
How much is that?
Let's see, we're in January, so this would be...
I swear I will.
Too much pressure. Moving on.
Okay, here's another good one. Recent widower seeks widow. I am handsome, intelligent, and possess great style. I am also incontinent, but have learned to laugh about it.
Well, that's a keeper.
You're going to stay right here with us.
Dorothy, can I see you for a moment? It's like you didn't hear a word I
said. Be able to move it.
Dorothy, if the Egyptians built the pyramids, now we can move this toilet.
Fine, get me 20,000 Hebrews and I'll have it out of here.
Oh, come on. Give me a minute. I'll think of something.
I'd love you to meet my roommates.
Very big winker.
It was more than a week. He came up to me and he put his big masculine arms around my tiny little waist.
I don't believe you.
What?
I don't believe that he put his big masculine arms around your...
And we settled on right here.
Oh, now hold on here. I don't want a TV crew coming in here, messing up my kitchen, setting up all that video equipment.
Well, how about shooting it in your bedroom, Blanche? The equipment's already set up there. The town started digging like crazy, kneeling by the grave, using their hands even, dirt flying and Beatrice screaming. And when they opened that coffin, there he was, dead as a doornail. The elevator stopped on every floor, and I had to hold my breath all that time. And I finally fainted, and I hit my head, and then I had to stay there because I had a concussion, and I had to hold my breath all the way down in the elevator to the emergency room. Then I had to hold my breath in the X-ray, where they ask you to hold your breath anyway. And then
I have great news.
Also at the Pizza Hut.
Well, there must be something wrong with Rose's date. There has to be. I bet he's an airhead, or a mutant, or an insurance salesman. Now that's it. Well, Rose, you and your geek have fun.
You said she wouldn't take it well, Dorothy.
Hi, pussycat.
Say goodbye, old woman.
Have a good time?
Do I sound like I had a good time?
How the hell should I know? You're always like this.
Your matchmaker set me up with a criminal.
White collar.
Ma, will you wait?
So, you two are sisters.
That's Stan. Rose, would you get the door?
Oh, is Stan still as crazy as ever?
No, as a matter of fact, he's not.
More a cone shape than a beret.
Anyway, Jean-Pierre must have known about my reputation for playing the field because right from the very beginning he was convinced I couldn't be faithful. He would spy on me in my classes, he'd follow me home from school. Some nights he would even shinny up the oak tree outside my bedroom door.
Good morning.
Well, good morning.
Rose Nyland, you little devil, just look at you. Why? Don't you get coy with me now, I can tell.
You don't understand why you didn't tell him this morning exactly how you felt.
Is that it, Rose? I mean, are you finished, or is there something else that you don't understand?
Well, actually, there is. I don't understand how a thermos keeps things both hot and cold.
Someone sitting here?
Cataracts or glaucoma?
I can see there's no one sitting here. I was just being polite.
If you say so. Me, I've got both, cataracts and glaucoma. The glaucoma I handle with drops. For the cataracts, I had surgery.
They're like cows when they're drunk, you know what I mean?
Actually, that shepherd was probably better qualified to speak at Career Day than I. I mean, how can I tell the kids how rewarding teaching is when I really don't feel that way anymore? I mean, I'm so frustrated. Budgets are tight, classes are...
Oh, don't do that.
What are you doing?
Just want to be by myself for a while.
It's time to throw rice at the kids.
I don't think I can go back out there.
You're acting like a...
I hate being called a widow. It sounds so permanent and final, and I don't believe for 1 minute that it is. I know someday Charlie and I are going to be together again. Probably not in the old house. We don't need that much room. I mean, the kids are grown and we'll both be dead.
You just have to learn to live each day just one day at a time.
Well, of course you do, Dorothy. I mean, if you took them two at a time, you'd end up constantly changing your underwear.
Go ahead, stand up and say it.
My dresser.
Who's back?
O.J. Simpson, Rose. The rat is back.
He's not a rat, he's a mouse.
He is history. I'm calling the exterminator.
Oh, no, Dorothy, don't do that. I'll talk to him.
But you'll talk to the exterminator?
No, the mouse. I can communicate with animals.
None of the kids are interested in learning how to diagram sentences. I really don't get it. I mean, am I the only one who thinks diagramming sentences is fun?
You talk like this on dates, don't you? Dorothy, you're a substitute. Your job isn't actually to teach.
Then what is it?
I can't take it back. It's against store policy.
Are you willing to sign an affidavit to that effect?
What?
An affidavit. It's standard in any NOPRL investigation.
NOPRL.
The NOPRL, Network of Older People Retired But Living. Sophia Petrillo, past president and legal counsel. Their stores and big...
तुझी वधू गुट्टू नवदस तू माझा वर मेरे तुझी वधू गुट्टू नवदस तू माझा वर पण राजा फक्त तूच माझा